17 people have died so far this year in Baja California from a disease carried by ticks.
CBS 8's Brian White shows us how this potentially deadly disease can be transmitted.
That's right, Rickettsia, it's called, is transmitted by ticks and can be serious if it goes untreated. Now, you can hear from an expert on this in the field of entomology.
In worst case scenario, that bacteria is in a high enough dose that it can cause illness or disease in the person or animal.
Amy Murillo is assistant professor of entomology at UC Riverside. She describes for us the telltale signs of Rickettsia infection from a tick bite.
1 to 2 weeks later, you might start to show signs of illness. Some of those signs include fever or general tiredness, malaise, or even a rash.
If left untreated, these pathogens can cause severe illness and even worse. 17 people have died so far in Baja California, 8 of which were in Tijuana.
Ticks bite very differently than we think of other insects. So ticks actually will attach and feed for longer periods of time, up to days, on an animal or a person.
Dermacentor variabilis, or American dog tick as it's commonly called, is found all over Southern California and Mexico.
Areas where grass or vegetation are allowed to grow long. So really any time that you think that you may have encountered them, the most important thing is to do a tick check.
And if a pet isn't treated with preventatives, they can hitch a ride and find their way into our homes. Amy has a few tips on where they like to hide on your body.
Ticks can attach anywhere. They really like hairlines or behind ears or in armpits.
And if you do find a tick already attached to your skin, here's a tip on how to get it off.
Get a pair of tweezers and get as close to that skin that you can interface and to pull straight out as hard as you can and as quickly as you can.
The condition associated with Rickettsia from these types of ticks is known as Rocky Mountain Spotty Fever. And according to the CDC, there are thousands of reported cases in the U.S. each year, but the mortality rate is less than 0.5%.
With the treatment of antibiotics, people often get better, and it tends to have low mortality when treatments are available.
I'm Brian White for CBS 8.